Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Teen Book Tuesday. My name is Lorie, and I am the teen librarian at Manlius Library in Central New York. And I'm coming to you today from my teen room. And I have a stack of brand new books that just came in and just got processed. They're ready to go on the shelf. So I thought that we could take a look at them together. I'm going to start with this one, even though it's a sequel, which I don't normally do. But the first book in this series was so good that I can't resist telling you about the sequel, just in case you missed it the first time. This one is called The Sisters of Reckoning by Charlotte Nicole Davis. And it is book 2 of The Good Luck Girls by the same author. And the girls are Aster, the protector, Tansy, the medic, Clementine, the catalyst, Violet, the favorite, Mallow, the fighter, and Clementine. I already said Clementine. I went in a circle and I came right back to Clementine. It's going to take more than luck for them all to survive. And this is a Western fantasy, a diverse cast Western fantasy. It's called The Good Luck Girls. The country of Arquetta calls them Good Luck Girls. They know their luck is anything but. Sold to a welcome house as children and branded with cursed markings. Trapped in a life they never would have chosen. When one of them accidentally kills a man, 5 girls risk a dangerous escape and harrowing journey to find freedom, justice, and revenge in a country that wants them to have none of those things. Pursued by Arquetta's most vicious and powerful forces, both human and inhuman, their only hope lies in a bedtime story passed from one good luck girl to another, a story that only the youngest or most desperate would ever believe. It's going to take more than luck for them all to survive. This has a little bit of everything. This is the first one. It's called The Good Luck Girls, and again, that series is by Charlotte Nicole Davis. Highly recommended for anybody who likes westerns, adventures, fantasies, strong female characters, diverse casts, dystopia. I mean, it's got everything. So highly recommend those. Now, this one is by the author of They Wish They Were Us. It's Jessica Goodman, and it's called They'll Never Catch Us. And it's a mystery. It's a mystery. The Steckler sisters are only a year apart, but they're as different as sisters can be. Single-minded, driven Stella keeps to herself. Ellie is no less ambitious, but she has fun with friends and a social life too. The only thing the sisters have in common is cross-country running. Until Mila Keene comes to town. Mila was a top runner on her team back home, and at first, Stella and Ellie see her as a threat. But soon, Stella finds herself noticing all the things they have in common. Mila is strong and smart, somebody Stella can finally connect with. As the two become friends, Stella becomes something she vowed she'd never be: distracted. For her part, Ellie finds herself drawn to Mila's warm, charming personality. And in a moment of weakness, Ellie even shares her darkest secrets with Mila. With regionals approaching and college scouts taking notice, the pressure is on, and the girls vow they won't let anything get in the way of their futures. But everything changes when Mila goes out on a training run and never returns. No one knows what happened, but all eyes are on the Steckler sisters. And that's called They'll Never Catch Us. Suspenseful and gripping, a heart-wrenching coming-of-age story you won't be able to put down. An utter page-turner, razor sharp and keenly precise. A mystery thriller. As you probably are all aware, this year marks the 20th anniversary of 9/11, and we've gotten some pretty amazing books in about it. This one is a novel, and it's called Enduring Freedom. On September 11th, 2001, the lives of 2 young men on opposite sides of the globe are changed in an instant. It's about Bahir, an Afghan teen, and Joe, a young American private in the Army National Guard. A moving novel about how ignorance can tear us apart and how education and understanding can bring us back together. Joe's unit gets stationed in Bahir's town, and they meet And it's pretty amazing. Two young men on opposite sides of the world, one war that will change their lives forever. And it also comes in audio. And then another one that I just got in about 9/11 is called In the Shadow of the Fallen Towers. The seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, and years after the 9/11 attacks. And this one is a graphic novel. And there's the cover. And the back cover. And this is written and illustrated by Don Brown. So there's a couple books for you about 9/11. I've been waiting for this one because I absolutely loved 5 Feet Apart. This is called The Lucky List by Rachel Lippincott, and it is by the author of 5 Feet Apart. And this is about Emily. And Emily and her mom had this amazing luck until her mom got cancer and died. And Emily, in her mom's belongings, finds her mom's lucky list. It's a list that she and her friends created as things to do before they graduated from high school. And Emily has decided she wants to do them. Get a tattoo, get over my fear of heights, go on a picnic, try a new food, get out of Huckabee, sleep under the stars, go on the Huckabee Lake trip, skinny dip in Huckabee Pool after hours, buy a book in another language, take an apple from the first tree at Snyder's Orchard, find a 4-leaf clover, kiss JC. And this is Emily and her best friend Blake setting off on a journey to accomplish each exciting, scary, and even intimidating task. She finds a connection to her mom again and also feels a connection with Blake, one she wasn't prepared for. Suddenly, Emily must face another fear, accepting the secret part of herself she never got a chance to share with the person who knew her best. It's about learning who you are and accepting it. This one is A Lesson in Vengeance by Victoria Lee. This is a thriller. It takes place at a boarding school. Felicity Morrow is back at the Dalloway School. Perched in the Catskill Mountains, the centuries-old ivy-covered campus was home until the tragic death of her girlfriend. Now, after a year away, she's returned to finish high school. She even has her old room in Godwin House, the exclusive dormitory rumored to be haunted by the spirits of the 5 Dalloway sisters. 5 Dalloway students, sorry, not sisters. Girls some say were witches. The Dalloway 5 all died mysteriously, one after another, right on Godwin grounds. Witchcraft is woven into Dalloway's past. The school doesn't talk about it, but the students do. In secret rooms and shadowy corners, girls convene. And before her girlfriend died, Felicity was drawn to the dark. She's determined to leave that behind now. But it's hard when Dalloway's occult history is everywhere, and when the new girl won't let her forget. It's Ellis Haley's first year at Dalloway, and she has already amassed a loyal following. A prodigy novelist at 17, Ellis is a so-called method writer. She's eccentric and brilliant, and Felicity can't shake the pull she feels. So when Ellis asks Felicity to help her research the Dalloway 5 for her second book, Felicity can't say no. Given her history with the arcane, Felicity is the perfect resource. And when history begins to repeat itself, Felicity will have to face the darkness in Dalloway and in herself. So it's a dark thriller, takes place in a school. I mean, it really just has everything that's perfect for a starting fall book. This one, only a couple left. This one is called The Unpopular Vote, and it's by Jasper Sanchez. The Unpopular Vote. Here's the back cover. Make your mark. Vaseline on the teeth makes a smile shine. It's a cheap stunt, but optics can win or ruin an election. Everything Mark Adams knows about politics he learned from his father, the congressman who still pretends he has a daughter and not a son. To protect his father's image, Mark promises to pretend to be the cis guy everyone assumes he is. But when a candidate for student body president inflames dangerous rhetoric, Mark inserts himself as a political challenger. One big problem? No one really knows Mark. He didn't grow up in this town, and his new friends aren't exactly with the in crowd. Still, thanks to countless seasons of Scandal and The West Wing, these nerds know where to start. From voter polling to campaign stops to a fashion makeover. Soon, Mark feels emboldened to engage with voters and even start a new romance. But with a journalist digging into his past, a father trying to silence him, and a bully frontrunner in his way, Mark will have to decide which matters most, perception or truth, when both are just as dangerous as the other. In this electric debut by Jasper Sanchez, readers will find themselves engrossed in a no-holds-barred race that proves popularity isn't what counts. Not in the electoral college, and definitely not in high school. So that's The Unpopular Vote. Realistic fiction at its finest. And finally, this one is by Leah Johnson, who wrote You Should See Me in a Crown, which I talked about in a previous edition of Teen Book Tuesday. I absolutely loved it, and I'm very much looking forward to this one. It's called Rise to the Sun by Leah Johnson. I think I already said that, but I'm going to say it again. Leah Johnson, Rise to the Sun. 3 days, 2 girls, 1 life-changing music festival. Olivia is an expert at falling in love and at being dumped. But after the fallout from her last breakup has left her an outcast at school and at home, she's determined to turn over a new leaf. A crush-free weekend at Farmland Music and Arts Festival with her best friend is just what she needs to get her mind off the senior year that awaits her. Tony is one week away from starting college, and it's the last place she wants to be. Unsure about who she wants to become, and still reeling from the wake of the loss of her musician-turned-roadie father, she's heading back to the music festival that changed his life in hopes that following in his footsteps will help her find her own way forward. When the two arrive at Farmland, the last thing they expect is to realize they'll need to join forces in order to get what they're searching for out of the weekend. As they work together, the festival becomes so much more complicated than they bargained for. Olivia and Tony will find that they need each other and music more than they ever could have imagined. Packed with irresistible romance and irrepressible heart, bestseller Leah Johnson delivers a stunning and cinematic story about grief, love, and the remarkable power of music to heal and connect us all. So that's Rise to the Sun by Leah Johnson. And the author of The Beauty That Remains and When You Were Everything, Ashley Woodfolk, says, Rise to the Sun is a novel that will show Black girls just how brightly they can shine, and that love, like music, is a true thing. She writes fabulous books. They're fun, and they're funny, and they're real, and they're heartfelt. So I can't wait to read that one. So there you go. Something for everybody. Fantasy, realistic fiction, romance, historical fiction, graphic novels, lots of suspense, things to end the summer, and great things to start the school year with. If you saw something that you like or would like to read, pop over to our website at manliuslibrary.org and put it on hold, or come into the library. We'd love to see you. And then you can just probably pop it right off the shelf and take it home. This has been the last episode of Teen Book Tuesday for a while. The program is going to go on hiatus, probably until the first of the year. I hope that you've enjoyed watching as much as I have enjoyed filming them, and I've loved sharing the books with you, so I look forward to getting back to it. Thanks for joining me. I will see you in the library. Happy reading.